You make money. You work hard. Yet you're broke before the month ends. That's not bad luck. That's bad math. Welcome to the American Saver. I've spent a decade fixing numbers that destroy people. Let's fix yours. I have studied and analyzed patterns while fixing financial problems, and I have found 10 habits that keep people broke, and those habits might be keeping you from financial freedom. So I will not only discuss them, but also tell you how to kill them. Don't miss habit number 7. It's what consumes most people. Stay to the end, or stay broke. Your call. That habit number 1, you pay everyone else first. Every paycheck, the money leaves before it grows. Rent, bills, subscriptions, gone. So the solution is to pay yourself first. 10% minimum the second you get paid. Automatic transfer, no excuses. Now, why I say automatic transfers? You might not know, but there are behavioral studies that prove that people who automate savings end up saving 3 times more than those who try to save manually. Remember, if your savings account doesn't move automatically, you're not saving, you're hoping. If you don't automate this, you'll forget, rationalize, or sabotage it, just like everybody else. But once it's automated, you won't even feel it. Automation isn't about saving money, it's about saving you from your future self. Bad habit 2, you use debt as a tool for lifestyle. One of the biggest mistakes people make, and they don't even realize they're doing it, is this. They use debt to fund their lifestyle. They swipe the card for dinner, new shoes, another streaming service, and they justify it by saying, well, I'll pay it off later. But here's the thing, debt isn't just borrowing money, it's borrowing against your future. And credit cards, they're not a convenience, they're leverage against you. Most people have no clue the average interest rate on a card is 24.2%. That means if you swipe $100 and carry the balance, you don't pay back $100, you pay $124. Think about that. You're paying 24% more just to have it now. That's not convenience, that's stupidity with a smile. Now, here's the rule you need to live by. Use debt only if it earns you money. Business gear? Maybe. Ads that bring you customers? Sure. But buying clothes, lattes, upgrading your lifestyle to look rich while staying broke, that's how you lose before you even start. Debt is a scalpel, not a toy. Use it wrong and it cuts you. You don't build wealth by consuming, you build wealth by owning. And the second you start borrowing to impress people who don't care about you, you're digging a hole you'll spend the next decade trying to climb out of. So stop financing impressions you can't afford. That habit 3, you have no emergency fund. Here's another one that wrecks people's lives, quietly. You don't have an emergency fund. Data shows 60% of Americans, 6 out of 10, can't handle a $1,000 surprise. Not a medical bill, not a flat tire, not even a busted AC unit. And what happens when life hits them? They go into more debt. They swipe a card and say, I'll figure it out later. But the stats don't lie. Households with a cash buffer avoid 87% of new debt events. That's from the Federal Reserve, not me. So what does that tell you? Having money set aside doesn't just help you, it protects you. You need 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside, period. I call it your sleep at night account, because that's what it does. It buys peace. And peace is profit. Look, if you can't survive a flat tire without calling your credit card company, you're not secure, you're fragile. And fragile doesn't build empires. Fragile emphasized folds when things go wrong. So before you start chasing crypto, NFTs, or trying to flip stuff on Amazon, stack that first $5,000. Save it, protect it. Never touch it unless life punches you in the mouth. Emergency funds don't make you rich, but they stop you from getting poor. And if you don't get that part right, nothing else matters. Habit 4, you don't know your numbers. All right, this one's gonna sting. Most people walk around financially blind. They don't know what they spend. They don't track what they earn. And they sure as hell don't manage their money like a business. And here's the reality. What gets measured gets managed. What doesn't, it disappears. Every dollar not tracked is a dollar at risk. And the crazy part is, this isn't even hard. You want to build wealth? Then act like someone who's trying to build something. Open your budget once a week. Check every dollar. Where it came from, where it's going. Use YNAB. Use Mint. Use a spreadsheet and your eyeballs. I don't care. Just know your numbers. Because you can't hit a target you don't see. You want to win the game? You better know the score. And if I stopped you right now and asked, what's your monthly spend? And you can't answer that within $100, then you're flying blind. And if you're flying blind, you're not building a future, you're gambling one. You want to scale your life? Start by measuring it. Bad habit 5. Your hobby is spending. All right, let's talk about a fun one. Retail therapy. Yeah, that little dopamine hit you get when you buy stuff you don't need. It's not therapy, it's delay. Delay from the real problem, delay from the work, delay from becoming who you're supposed to be. And here's the shift. Instead of spending money on your habits, what if you started earning from them? Love gaming? Stream. You're already playing, might as well hit record. Into crafts? Sell them. Open a storefront, put it on Etsy. Good at something? Teach it. Package it. Turn it into content. Whatever it is, if you're already doing it, you might as well monetize it. And look, I'm not blowing smoke here. The average Etsy seller makes about $350 a month, with less than 5 hours a week. That's not fantasy, that's stats. So here's the challenge. Your hobby, it either feeds you or it feeds your debt. Pick one. Because what you do for fun doesn't have to cost you. It can pay you, but only if you stop treating it like an escape and start treating it like an opportunity. Bad habit number 6, you only cut costs instead of raising income. Look, I get it. Cutting expenses feels productive. You skip the $5 latte, you cancel the subscription, you start making coffee at home, and you feel like you're doing something smart. But let me be real with you. You can't save your way to wealth. You can only earn it. Let's say you save $200 a month. Awesome. But what if you just added $1,000 a month instead? That's what the average gig worker is pulling in right now. $800 to $85 a month on the side. You hear that? That's not theory. That's data from 2025. So here's the move. Negotiate your raise. Pick up a side gig. Learn a skill with an ROI. Trade hours for dollars at a higher rate. Because cutting back is a good start, but it can't be your strategy. It's like trying to win a race by slowing down less than the other guy. Cutting lattes won't buy you freedom. Building income will. So stop obsessing over coupons. Start obsessing over income. Because if you don't, you'll always be stuck trying to shrink your dreams to fit your paycheck, instead of expanding your income to match your goals. Habit 7, you overpay taxes. Let's talk about the bill that's actually draining your wealth. And no, it's not rent, it's taxes. You might not see it, you might not feel it, but up to 30% of your income gone before you touch it, before you even know it's there. That's not a phone bill, that's not groceries, that's your biggest expense. And here's the worst part, most people are overpaying. In 2023, average taxpayer left $3,138 on the table by missing deductions. That's straight from the IRS. So what do? You get smart. You use the tools that are already there. Roth IRAs, 401ks, business deductions. If you're a freelancer, your home office, deduct it. That laptop, that software, that gear you use to earn, deduct it. The tax code wasn't written for employees. It was written for people who understand the rules. So learn the rules. Stop giving away your margin. And for the love of money, stop donating extra cash to the government. Because if you don't manage your taxes like a business owner, you'll keep paying the price like a broke one. Habit 8, you delay investing. Let me say something that might mess with your head. Saving money is losing money. Inflation's sitting at 3% right now. Your bank, it's paying you maybe 0.4% interest, if you're lucky. So every dollar you park in that account is bleeding value, quietly, every day. That's the part they don't tell you. But here's the move, invest early. Most people think they need capital to start, but what they really need is leverage. You can begin interest-free by offering services like design, tutoring, delivery, anything that solves a problem. Reinvest profits into tools or ads that expand reach. Within months, you've built a small business that compounds without debt. Every month you wait, you're robbing future you of real freedom, the kind that lets you walk away from the job, the kind that lets you say no to stuff you hate, the kind that builds wealth without noise. So yeah, you can save your money, or you can build your freedom. Pick one. Habit 9. You compare instead of compete. Let me hit you with a truth that's hard to swallow. Most people aren't broke because they're underpaid. They're broke because they're too busy comparing instead of competing. You scroll social, you see luxury, vacations, cars, clothes, success. But what you don't see? The loans, the credit card debt, the stress behind the post. People are flexing stuff they can't afford to impress people they don't even like. You want to win? Mute the noise. Focus on your numbers, your goals, your scoreboard. You know what actually moves the needle? People who track their own goals instead of tracking everyone else's highlight reel save 41% more on average. That's from the Cambridge Behavior Lab 2025. So here's the challenge. Stop buying into their highlight reel and start building your own. Because comparison kills momentum, and momentum is the one thing broke people can't afford to lose. Habit 10. You think money is personality. You ever hear someone say, "I'm just bad with money"? Like it's a personality trait? Like being bad with money is some unchangeable part of who they are. That's like saying, "I'm bad at breathing," or "I'm just not a water person." No, you're not bad with money, you're just untrained. And the good news? Money is a skill. Skills can be learned. So here's the process. Learn, practice, repeat. Start small. Read 1 page a day. Automate 1 financial habit a month. Build momentum the same way you'd build muscle, with reps. The data backs it up. People who increase their financial literacy see a 32% increase in net worth. That's not fluff. That's OECD data from 2025. The same data also shows that people with financial literacy save 72% more money than low performers, and that are 50% more likely to compare prices in different shops before buying something. In other words, they are able to make smart decisions. And if you think that doesn't make any difference, you are wrong. So if you've been broke for a while, maybe it's not your paycheck. Maybe it's your belief system. Because here's the truth. Your belief system is your balance sheet. Upgrade one, and the other follows. But if you keep calling yourself bad with money, you're right, because that mindset guarantees you never fix it. Let's conclude. Here's the truth no one wants to admit. Wealth is just a math problem, solved by discipline. That's it. You don't need a genius IQ. You don't need perfect timing. You need a plan, and the balls to stick to it. So let me spell it out. Pay yourself first, kill bad debt, build your buffer, track your cash, earn more, invest early, and for the love of progress, stop copying broke people. Don't plan to start. Start now. Open your bank app. Automate 10%. Move it today, not tomorrow, not when it feels good, now. Because wealth, it doesn't start with a raise or a windfall. It starts with a decision, then a habit, then a stack of those habits compounding day after day. So if this hit home, hit subscribe. Share this with a friend who complains about money but won't change. And I'll see you in the next one, where we build income streams that don't sleep.